Is it like crooked? I hope it's not. Hi everybody, assalamualaikum. So welcome back to my IGTV / my YouTube channel, and I'm doing another book content video for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. As you can see by the title, it's going to be my book haul, and this is all the books that I've accumulated in the month of October, but I have no time to filming it until now. So yeah, and without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started with the video. The first one is from book Depository because I pre-ordered this. It's called The Love Hypothesis by Ailey Hazelwood, and I've read this in the month of September in an ebook, and I loved it. I think it's just a really cute, sweet, fluffy academic romance. It has this fake dating trope going on, and yeah, I believe this is a debut novel from her, but it is so freaking good, and it went viral on TikTok, and it's also featured in one of the book of the month. So yeah, next one that I got is The Kingdom of the Curse by Carrie Maniscalco, and yep, I pre-ordered it. It came out like early of October, and I love the cover. I think it's such a gorgeous cover. It's beautiful, the color choices, the skull with the tiara, it's beautiful. It's actually very significant to the storyline or the plot or the premise. This book basically is a sequel to The Kingdom of the Wicked, which is at the back here. There, that's The Kingdom of the Wicked, and essentially it follows one of the twins. So basically her twin named Amelia got killed, and Victoria is on the hunt for the killer. Needed help from one of the Prince of Hell named Wrath, and that's what it's about. The first book was not a good read for me. I mean, it was okay read, but it was not the best because chemistry between the two main characters was not really well executed. So yeah, but I'm giving them a second chance. So I really want to read on the second books because there's something going on at the end of the first book, so I'm excited to read this one. The hardback is way cheaper than the paperback, so I got it in hardback, guys. And there's a map inside. Look at it, it's gorgeous. Book access, Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J Maas, and I was so excited when I got this on book access because I really wanted this cover. If you guys watch my August book haul, I bought the first 3 books, the first Ekotar series, and it's all in the old version. I even thrifted it, and when I found this, I was just like so excited. I think this is the last installment from Freya's story, if that makes sense. So super excited to get this. And then I got the 4th book of the Red Queen series, and it's called The War Storm by Victoria Aveyard. Funny story is I only have the 2nd, which is the Glass Sword. I got it off Big Bad Wolf for 10 bucks, and I got this off of Access, which is the 4th book. I have not yet buy the 1st and the 3rd book, so that's gonna be in my wish list soon. Losing It by Cora Karimek, and for some weird reason, I don't know why this series covers are so weird. Like, look at that. Like, it could be very deceiving. The story is not even like as spicy as the cover of the book look. This is the first from the series. I actually read the 2nd book. I thrifted it. Let me just show you, like, give me a second. This is the first book that I read from that series, and it's called Faking It, and this is actually fake dating trope, and this is the 2nd book from this book, so I was excited to read this one. I don't know what the first book trope is about, but I know it basically followed this girl who went to a bar, and then she met this guy, and they had like one night stand, and the very next day she went back to school, to her university, only to find out that the professor or the lecturer who teach her was the guy that she had a one night stand. So that's awkward. So the first one is from Big Bad Wolf Shopee. The Way You Make Me Feel by Maureen Gu. This is actually my 2nd purchase of this author. The first book that I read from her was Somewhere Only We Know, and I absolutely love the book, but all her book, like her writing style, just fits me perfectly. Like every time I read her book, I always get like into it. Like, it's such a page turn. Basically, this book follows our main character named Clara Sheen. She's 16 years old. She never takes things seriously. She always plays jokes, pull pranks. So basically, she pulled a prank that was a bit too far. She kind of like had like a disagreement with her nemesis named Rose, and then in order to prevent her from getting suspended, her dad punished her to work at her dad's food truck for the whole entire summer, and she was so pissed, and yeah, she worked there with her nemesis, and there, like across the street, there's a boy who worked at a cafe, and maybe there's possible like love interest going on. So that's what this book about. And there's this like almost at the end of the part I cried because it was so emotional. It was so good. It was heart-wrenching and heartwarming, and I was so touched by her father's actions. So go and get this book. So it was like 11 bucks off Big Bad Wolf Shopee. So I was looking for like some summer vibe book. I got this Invisible Summer by Ellis Adams, and this basically follows our forming characters. They used to be friends in university, but after they graduated, they became an adult, they got a job, they have their own like life, and things have to be done and deal with. So they ended up like didn't really meet each other that much until one day, one summer, the four of them reconciled while like meeting during that summer. So yeah, it's really fun. I think it's like a more like what I'm in right now book. It's The Pointless Book 2 by Alfie Deyes, that YouTuber. I got it because it was like $3, and it looks fine, you know, like you could doodle it like that, and then you could draw like a freaking pizza in here and like places to visit. If I'm like bored, like why not do this thing? Like 5 cities I like to visit. Look at that. So yeah, best buy or like 3 ringgit 50 cents I've ever spent from MPH Warehouse Store. I got this Cowgirl by Christy Airy, and I actually saw this on the MPH website, but I didn't really purchase it. But the premise of the story does sound fun and awesome. A book about this girl named Billy. She moved to a city ever since she went to university, and she got a job there, and now she's pursuing like PhD. But then she got a call from her dad, and her dad got sick, and she kind of have to go back to her town, which is like a countryside, I guess, and she kind of have to run her father's farm. So that sounded really fun. The next book that I got was this Dial A For Aunties by Jessie Q Sutanto, and I'm so excited to get this book because look at the cover. It screams summer, and it sounded fun, and I think it's a perfect light-hearted funny, family-oriented book. And look at the cover, it's damn gorgeous. And I saw the author posted on her Instagram telling all her followers that the sequel is gonna come out in like February of 2022, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm pretty sure next year. So I am so in to read this book. If you guys didn't know, this book basically followed Madeline Chan, also known as Maddie, who owns, I think she's a wedding planner, but basically she went on a blind date, and that particular date didn't really go too well because she kind of accidentally killed her blind date, and she aided help from her aunties and her mother to kind of get rid of the body. So that's what this book about, and it sounded really fun. And a lot of my bookstagram friends like rave about this book because it's so funny and it's so family oriented, and things that are kind of like relatable because of the Asian household. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, the author is a Chinese Indonesian. Okay, the next book that I got were thrifted. It's actually from Shopee. Actually, she's a bookstagram as well. I forgot her name, but thank God she sold this because it was only 10 ringgit, and plus the shipping. I got this book like below 20 bucks, which is really fun because I've been eyeing this book for a really long time. It has been in my wish list for the longest time. I've been waiting for Book Access to kind of restock this book, but it's been about a year and they don't restock it anymore. Pretty sure they're never gonna restock it anymore. When I saw this, I was just like, add to cart and purchase it immediately. But basically, this is Starfish by Akemi Dawn Bowman, and I think she's a Japanese author. I don't really want to talk about this book too much, but I heard that this book is very deep, very emotional, and it has a lot of trigger warning like abuse and so much more. It's called The 9 Perfect Strangers by Leanne Moriarty. I hope I didn't butcher her name, but anyway, this follows these 9 strangers with 9 different POV. They went to this retreat health and wellness resort, Traquilum house, that promises total transformation. It kind of heals your mind and body. So it's not fun, and I actually bought it because I searched on YouTube like the summer book recommendations, and this is one of them, and I just like might as well got it. And I bought this for 19 ringgit, which is a super great deal. And little do I know that this is like a huge book, like it's very chunky and huge. So yeah. Okay, the last book that I got were actually from Shopee as well, and this is actually 2 ringgit. Hustle love story, and there's like love triangle going on in this book, and it sounded fun, and it's Bahasa Melayu, so it'll be fun to read because I rarely read a Bahasa Melayu novel, but it's gonna be fun because it's South Korea, and I love South Korea. Anything South Korea. Food, movie, K-dramas, K-varieties. pop song, you name it. But yeah, I got this for $2, $2 freaking bucks. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my book haul. Don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe to my channel, or basically like my IGTV, because I'm gonna be posting this on, like, both off the platform, which is my IGTV and my YouTube. If you have read any of the book, let me know in the comment box below. It'll be fun to share your opinion, your thoughts with me, and I'll be glad to read it too. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum. I'm trying my best to got this thumbnail, but it's so heavy right now. Ya Allah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.